to all Gunners fans around the world. Hi to all football lovers all around the world. You are very welcome to this show today. And as a Gunner, I am super happy. Of course, we just demolished the unbeatable Aston Villa. The Arsenal nemesis called Aston Villa. The team that denied us the title 2 seasons ago. The team that was on 8 straight Premier League wins. And 11 straight wins in all competition. Yes, that was the team we demolished today. Now, if you ever like my content, I'll ask you to please like and do subscribe so we can serve you much better. Today is a day to be happy. Today is a day to be proud. Today is a day to be cherished because we silenced the critics. Now, this game ended 4-1. The only thing that kind of dampened the win was that late goal by Oli Watkins again. This guy has scored us at the Emirates for 3 straight years. I don't know this guy. He has not been in scoring form. Yes, he scored 2 against Chelsea over the weekend. But this guy has, I think this is his 5th or 6th goal. And for the fact that he scored 1, that really annoyed me because I wanted us to keep that clean sheet. Now, we'll go into the game properly. The game started very drab. I'm starting to think this thing is a game plan by us. Start very slow, conserve energy, pass the ball around, let the opponent run, chase the ball a lot. It didn't help the fact that Aston Villa deployed a low block. They deployed a low block and caught us on the counter. In fact, in the first half, I can say attack-wise, they were better because they kept catching us on the counter-attack. Oli Watkins was causing Saliba all sorts of trouble in the first half. In fact, there was a counter-attack they had, and the ball was squared to Oli Watkins. All he had to do was just beat the keeper. But he played it wide, and we were very lucky. Although I suspect that passage of play, I suspect there was an offside play by Aston Villa in that game. But in the 9th minute, Gyökeres missed a glorious header. I don't know how Gyökeres is missing headers from the 6-yard box. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. As a striker, I know he's bereft of confidence at the moment, but these are the chances you need to put away. In the 35th minute, he had another header. He was supposed to have glanced the ball, but he played it directly and he just headed it straight past the post and past it was over. He didn't even get the target. It was a ball he should have glanced and probably he would have a chance, but he didn't do that. I'm really worried, but I'm going to come to Gyökeres much later. So the first half was drab. There was no momentum in the first half. There was no spirit. Aston Villa was keeping it very, very tight in defense. And they left just Oli Watkins in front. Buendia cost us some few problems too. He was one of the people interchanging the passes with Oli Watkins. And so the first half ended 0-0. Now, the second half was a complete opposite of whatever we saw in the first half. The second half, before we scored the first goal, I was telling myself we need a set piece goal to cool the nerves. We need a set piece goal, to go on a very good, decent run in this game. And thus, immediately when the second half commenced, in the 48th minute, we did score from the corner kick. It was a fantastic pull out by Bukayo Saka. Now, Gabriel Magalhães is of course back. He came into this game and he did what he does best. He was directly in front of the keeper, of course our former keeper, Emi Martinez, and he disturbed the keeper, kind of. The keeper caught the ball, but dropped it, and it slid off of Gabriel Magalhães' body and bounced into the net. VAR checked it. If there was any infringement on the keeper, there was absolutely none. That was the first goal. And this is where the game started for us. From that goal, I think the players have been reading all the criticisms of their games and the last few games, everybody criticizing them on their lack of killer instinct, killing games, score the first one, score the second one, if possible, score the third one. So we scored the first one, then we played them with so much hunger. We played them with so much desire to get the ball, so we high-pressed them. And it was no surprise that in the fourth minute, in the 4 minutes after the first goal, in the 52nd minute, Zubimendi equalized. I'm just so happy. Zubimendi doubled our lead. After a very, very good through ball from our captain, Martin Odegaard. He got the ball, beat one man, slid the ball to Zubimendi, and Zubimendi just picked the spot and finished up. Fantastic finish. 2-0. We were happy. We knew that at 2-0, these guys ain't coming back. We're not Chelsea that had a 1-goal lead, controlled the game for 65 minutes, only to still lose that game. We knew the danger that Aston Villa possessed. We knew what they could do. They are a very, very good side. With the form Morgan Rogers has been in, we knew that, look, we scored the first goal, but it's not over. After that goal, Merino was very lucky to, not to get a second yellow card. It was a stupid foul. Him knowing he's been on the yellow card, it was a very stupid foul, and he survived that. If they had given him that second yellow, nobody was going to criticize the referee. Nobody was going to say, "Oh, that's unfair." It was a yellow card. We were lucky there. We were lucky, just like we were lucky against Everton a couple of weeks ago. The penalty, we were lucky again. Now, after that, we got, a third goal. This third goal was by Trossard. I know I was a bit harsh on Trossard the last time I spoke, but he had, to me, that game he had a stinker against Brighton. But today, especially in the second half, he was a killer. This goal came from an Odegaard cross. He crossed it to Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka, there was some suspicion of offside. He managed to contest for the ball. I think he won the ball, headed the ball down to Urian Timber, and Urian Timber duly passed the ball to Trossard. And Trossard did what he does. He just finished from outside the box. Sublime, fantastic finish. Emi Martinez had no chance. Now, there was a lengthy VAR check on this goal. They checked for about 2-3 offsides, But fortunately for us, we were cleared, and the goal was eventually given. Now, there was a change. The change was Gyökeres came off for Gabriel Jesus. And he was the one that scored in the 78th minute. I think it was his first or second touch. I am not so sure. Now, this ball was started by Zubimendi. Zubimendi got the ball, raced in. Trossard made a run. He passed it to Trossard. Trossard took a touch and crossed the ball to Gabriel Jesus, who took one touch, then finished the ball off. Emi Martinez, again, had no chance. In fact, Emi Martinez suffered a lot today. He was a passenger. I had so much pity for him because I liked him as our keeper then. We are not going to forget how he and Leno battled for the number 1 spot in Arsenal. He had a run and eventually won the FA Cup with us. And he thought with the way he performed, he was going to be the number 1 keeper. But Arteta had other ideas, and Arteta said he couldn't assure him that he was going to be number 1. And eventually he asked to leave, and he left. And he left to Aston Villa. And I must say he's done very, very well for them since. Don't forget he won the World Cup with Argentina a few years ago. He is a world-class goalkeeper. And for us to beat him with the way we beat him today, it shows the quality of our strike. So Gabriel Jesus came in, scored the 4th goal. Like I said, it was a beautiful goal. And this reminded us of what we've really, really been missing in that number 9 position. And because this goal came in, I feel I really don't think Victor Gyökeres was starting the next game against Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium. I really don't think so, because of the way the game changed. Victor Gyökeres, those 2 headed chances he missed in the first half, especially the second one. These were just about 6 yards off of the post. How can you not head it towards the post? I was so frustrated. But at the same time, I was feeling bad for him because these were bad misses. Some people might play it down to say, oh, he's not very good with his head. He misjudged the pace of the ball. You might give him some excuses. But if you're a top-class number 9, you at least test the keeper. He didn't do any of that. So I'm suspecting he might not start in the next games and beyond, because we even saw Kai Havertz on the bench. Kai Havertz warming up. Kai Havertz is now knocking on the door. He is hungry too. He wants to take back his spot. He wants to take back his position. Now, like I said before, I went into the analysis. The only thing that dampened this win was the manner at which we conceded a goal, and it was by Ole Watkins. Before that, Raya made another wonderful save, from McGuinness. I don't know how Raya saved that ball. I think that was in the 91st minute. I don't know how he saved that ball. I think the ball came off the post and just for McGuinness to tap in. Raya stretched his hand out and he saved the ball. I don't know how he saved it, but he did save it. And it was even more painful that after 3 minutes, Oli Watkins scores. And like I said, I didn't like that. And of course, we took out, this goal came after we took out Gabriel Magalhães. I think he had a knock. And Mikel Arteta realizing how important this guy is to us. It's not because he is a great defender, but it's not because he can't let us concede, but because of the way he organizes his defense, the way he organizes the lines. The boys play better. It's like when he's there, the boys are pumped up to play better. So this guy, to me, he's the most important player in the Arsenal team at the moment. It is not a shock that as soon as he left, as soon as he came off, we conceded. Now, this game is or was a very, very important game for us. And for the way we won this game, because we hadn't scored over 2 goals in a very long time. I think the last time we scored more than 2 goals was the game against Spurs in the league. So that feels like a very long time. So scoring and winning this game was the way we did it, was a fantastic way to end the year. This was a fantastic way to send a message to the doubters, to send a message to the critics that we were never out of it. We went through a slight slump in form. Even with a slight slump in form, we have been coming back. We have been winning. We have been crossing the line. These are the kind of games we usually draw in the seasons past. These are the kind of games we usually lose in the seasons past. These are the kind of games that demoralize us in the seasons past. For us to win this game like this, that second half performance was world class, was like nothing we've seen before. Remember, this was a team. We played a team that had won 8 straight games. That is form. And don't forget that Villa, in the beginning of the season, they didn't win in the first 4 games. In fact, it was all losses. So they started coming, winning their games quietly, winning their games. Eventually, they were 3 points behind us. Now, for the fact they came here and was played out of the park like the way we did it, it needs to be applauded. We don't care what the haters say. We don't care about the online trollings. We don't care about what rival fans are saying. We are taking each game after game after game. Now the squad depth is looking fantastic. We lost Declan Rice today. We missed Declan Rice today, and Merino slotted in. He wasn't very, very good, but he was enough. He was enough. He joined in the attack, and I think he did very well in the attack. It was enough. The squad depth is looking fantastic. People like Eze are not even getting a sniff at a game time. People like Ethan Nwaneri are not being looked. So it's looking great for us. Our squad depth, these guys are fresh. They are good. They are good. If they're called upon, they will give all they can to help this team win games after games. Now, this I'm super happy. My last post, I criticized the team, and rightly so. I criticized the team, and I'll be the first to say, yes, they woke up. Yes, they've done very well. Yes, they've silenced people like me that criticize them. And yes, we are happy to be proven wrong. We want to be proven wrong in every game. We want them to win each and every single game. People like Martinelli didn't even come on. That is the depth we have. That is the depth we have in our team. Let's keep going game by game. Let's keep the hunger going. Let's keep the desire. Let's keep the spirit. Let's keep the belief. Let's know we can go ahead and win this game. We are 5 points clear of Man City at the moment and 6 points clear of Aston Villa. Man City go to Sunderland to play a very tough place. I know they lost a lot of players to the AFCON, but they are still a very good side. They are still a very good side. Let's hope they can get a result against Manchester City. That will be all. And like I said earlier, I am super, super happy. I am elated. I am happy. I'm proud to be a Gunner today because of the way we won this game. Remember to like and subscribe. Until next time, it's goodbye and God bless.